Hey there, I'm Techno Dragon, and welcome to another update to Epimoni Productions. Epimoni Productions. That's the name of the company. Yeah, I know we haven't updated in a long time, and that's because we've been super busy with work as well as our own lives. But before I get to the primary announcement, I'd like to inform you of the state of our current projects for a moment here, because we have some people that are probably interested in that. First off, Face to Music. Now that project is our oldest and most developed one. But we ran into a bunch of issues revolving around script and storyboarding, so we're gonna rewrite the sort of boring script I wrote back in the day. After that, I'll jump straight into storyboarding, and hopefully I'll grab other artists to help me with that. Otherwise, I'd probably become overworked and salty again. Broken Controller from Symphonia Studios is going through the same problem. Outdated script and not enough storyboard artists, same prescription applies, but still not canceled, don't you worry about a thing. Okay, this is where things actually went way against my predictions. Our video game projects, Dead Heartbeat and Shards of Perihelion, are actually making fast and steady progress. That's like the exact opposite of what I thought would happen. I honestly thought the animated projects would release an episode before the games even came close to releasing a darn thing, but it turns out both games are actually really close to releasing demos. Actually, that's an outdated statement. Dead Heartbeat is going to probably go straight to level 1 publishing, and as for Shards of Perihelion, we're working on testing a bunch of demos for different mechanics of the game, and so far they're going really well, so it's a little bit shocking to me, honestly. And that's all thanks to the devs, artists, and voice actors that contributed to those, especially Ian and Alpha for really being super productive and restoring any bit of faith I had lost in the moment during panic mode. Thanks, guys! Okay, so now that that's over, down to the main point of this video now that I have all that out of the way. Last year, Epimoni Productions created a Christmas album with 3 different artists on it. We sold it for $5 for every digital copy with manual transactions that made a whooping $10. Okay. This year we're doing something a little different with our Christmas album. We're inviting musicians from outside of Epimoni to submit their Christmas tracks to be featured on the album. Hello, music production Amino. There are a lot of requirements for this event, and it's going to be a little bit tricky to pull off since I'll have to talk with a lot of people, but it's still doable. It's gonna be very tricky, but I'm still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it! Alright, we currently have 4 musicians, including myself, that wish to contribute to this album, so we're gonna say, about 13 spots are available at this time. This is due to the fact that we make limited edition physical copies. I make it sound fancy, but really I just burn it into a CD. I bought it at Staples or something, and I print out all the pictures and put it into a little CD disc, and then I give it to my friends and family. And, as of this time, I'm not sure if I'll be able to ship physical copies to anyone, specifically people who contribute to the album. Those are usually just for friends and family of said contributors local to me, but I can guarantee that all contributors will get a free digital copy. That is an absolute definite. Now, let's get to the requirements of this, because these are pretty darn important. You must be at least 13 years old. That's just the Epimonian thing that we do. If you want to join Epimoni, you gotta be at least 13. And that's the way it's been for a long time. Okay, secondly, the song you submit must be 3 to 4 minutes long. If your song falls short or long by just a few seconds, it shouldn't be a problem. Of course, yet again, that's due to the whole CD thing and possibly the attention span of humanity. And, alright. If you want to submit a track, your song must be clean and contain no profanities. Yes, I know that is not how we usually do things, but for this album, I'm making an exception. Sorry, guys. Sorry, my friends. I know, it's funny because I know exactly who's going to be like, aw, man! Alright. If you wish to be paid for your contribution, you must also have a working PayPal account so that we can send it to you. Remember, being paid is completely optional. If you want to see your track on an album or collaborate with something like this and without worrying about money, that's totally fine with us. It's totally, completely, 100% optional. But I bet like half of you are going to want it, and it's going to be really hard for me. No problem. No problem. Maybe a little problem, but no problem. No problem in the end. As long as everything goes to plan, or at least goes towards the standards of the plan. I just don't want to make it seem like I promised you all of this stuff and then you don't get it, because that's honestly worse than just being honest. Alright. Lastly, I just wanted to make a few things clear before we wrap this video up, starting with some ideas and reassurance for those who want to contribute. Number one, genre doesn't matter. You can create a Christmas song out of any genre. So if you want to make an EDM track, go for it. Rock, go for it. Just you with a guitar. It's just you doing vocals or something with a guitar. Go for it. Hell, you want to do a country track? Go for it. We really don't care about genre. Or at least, I don't. I don't care about genre. Secondly, I'd like to say, and I think I mentioned this before, no I didn't, feel free to cover another song or write your own. It doesn't matter as long as it's a Christmas song. Oh, and make sure that if you're covering it, that it's safe to sell covers, because, you know, I've seen some really dumb copyright laws out there. I also wouldn't recommend remixing I also wouldn't recommend doing Christmas-themed remixes of anything, because we're trying to make money and pay people, so we can get into some big trouble if we get caught, and that's really the last thing I want to deal with right now. Better safe than sorry, so, like, don't do Mariah Carey, okay? I'd get in big trouble, and the thing is that it's all gonna be on me because I'm the one directing this thing, and it's going to be very hard on me. Alright. Oh, I actually just remembered. The due date. I want to say it's going to be, because it's going to take me a little bit of time to get the art ready and stuff, I want to say probably a safe time would be November 14th. Yeah, that sounds like a safe time for me. A safe time. November 14th, and anything sent beyond November 13th will not be accepted. That's a safe bet, because it'll give me a couple weeks to manage this stuff. Because I want to get this thing released by December 1st, because that's the rave time for Christmas that we got. Finally, if you're not interested in working on the album, but you would like to support someone who is, please remember that we're selling digital copies for probably around 10 United States dollars. Last year's was $5, and was produced by 3 different people. And you can still purchase it if you'd like. We sell copies by manual transactions, so if you send us $5 at epimoni.savings@gmail.com, I will send you a digital copy of last year's album. After this year's album is released, you can send $10 and you'll get a copy of that. $15 you can get both, so on and so forth, into the future. I don't know if we're going to be doing this every year, but you know, you never know. You never know. Now remember, the email you're going to be sending your submission to is epimoni.management@gmail.com. It's not going to be any other account that I mentioned in this recording. It's just going to be that email. If you send it to the savings email, of course I'll take it, but, like, it would be much better if you sent it to the email that I want you to send it to, because that would be way more organized, and I wouldn't have to forward anything or anything. So if you want to make my life easier and make your life easier, send it to epimoni.management@gmail.com. Make sure you spell it right, because I don't know if some freakazoid out there has like a mimicking email that they made to get our stuff that people made typos of. You never know. And I think that's it. If I forgot anything, I'll be sure to put it in the description. Please feel free to ask us any questions in the comments or contact us through email, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever you're cool with, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Be sure to spread the word so that we can support each other as much as possible, because that's kind of what we're all about. And yeah, once again, I'm Techno Dragon, owner of Epimoni Productions, and I thank you for watching, and good luck out there.